Every morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Tuesdays to Fridays. Good morning, Ateneo. Your mornings will never be the same again.
Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Sa vlog Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero sugod, todo sa kayon, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo,
Join Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle as he delivers to us the preachings of the Sunday's Gospel that's awe-inspiring yet easy to understand and appreciate. Let us all listen to the Word of God here on The Word Exposed on Air, only on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields as we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Palalimin ang kamalayan sa mga isyong napapanahon. Makisangkot at makiisa kasama ang simbahang lingkod ng bayan. Ang Socio-Political Apostolate ng Kapisanan ni Jesus. Ito ang Kwentuhang Bayan mula alas 11 ng umaga tuwing Biyernes dito lang sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Dahil naniniwala kami na posible ang isang mas mabuting lipunan at maaari itong simulan sa isang kwentuhan. Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit music ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. Tara na't simulan ng inyong umaga sa mga magagandang refleksyon tungkol sa ating buhay at pananampalataya. Kasama sina Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle ng Manila, Father JBoy Gonzales at Father Nono Alfonso ng Kapisanan ni Jesus, Father Cali Llamado ng Manila Cathedral, at Binibining Risa Singson Kaupeng ng Light of Jesus Community dito sa Kapit Pandasal sa Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM. The Jesuit Hour. Get to know the Jesuits. Discover their spirituality, their history, their ministries. The Jesuit Hour. Anything Jesuit, everything Jesuit. The Jesuit Hour. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle, kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atin sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, 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 katipunan, radyo, radyo, katipunan, radyo, katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, katipunero, sugo, todo sa kayod, tunong at tulong, ipag the Blue Eagle, galing, hiding at tigil.
The Jesuit Hour.
Wait, what? No! Let's try that again. Join the fun bunch of the Hugot Hour with Father JBoy as we talk about anything and everything under the sun. Share your everyday Hugot moments and everyday Hugot quotes. G, tara na! Usap tayo. Bring your own baon. Bring your own Hugot. The Hugot Hour with Father JBoy and friends is now in session.
So we're now live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to radyo-katipunan's The Hugot Hour. And I am your host, Father JBoy Gonzales, SJ. Mental health heavily influences our quality of life. So it makes sense that mental health, just like physical health, needs to be taken care of and also to be maintained. And one way that it can be maintained is through finding a sense of community. When we talk about community, we can talk about it in many ways. But when simplified down to its most important element, community is always about connections, always about relationships. Community is not just an entity or a group of people. It's also a feeling. It is also the feeling of being connected, di ba? Yung meron ka talagang kasama sa buhay. Feeling that people accept you for who you are and feeling supported. So having connection can help us feel wanted and loved. And yes, of course, that's why we're all here. October is the Mental Health Month. Yay! I have very special guests today and you'll get to know them right after this. So once again, this is Father JBoy Gonzales and the Hugot Hour is now in session.
Attention please.
Tara na! Grab your baon box. The Hugot Hour is now in session.
Yay! So we're back here and my special guests are no other than my students. They are senior high school students and they are helping each other so that they create a community where mental wellness and spiritual wellness is really part of their lives, even if they are challenged by online classes. And therefore, I'd ask them, can you come and sama ka naman dito sa Radyo Katipunan so that they can share their stories. They're members of the Peer Facilitators League. That means they're in grade 11. And Peer Mentors League, that means they're in grade 12 because grade 12 helps grade 11 and even grade 11 help each other. So, let me first introduce to you one of my students. She's very young, grade 11, from the Peer Facilitators League, Audrey J. Belnosen. Audrey, hello! Say hi to everyone!
Hi, good evening to all. My name is Audrey J.G. Belnosen po. And katulad po na sinabi ni Father, grade 11 po ako from Ateneo de Davao University Senior High School. Oh my gosh, and shout out kay Mama na nanonood kasi excited po talaga siyang pakinggan ako kasi first time ko daw pong mag-Facebook Live. And yun lang po. Thank you.
Yeah, why not, diba? Our parents are part of our community, and if we have very good support systems such as our parents, diba? It makes life a little bit easier when it's even hard. Online is never easy, diba? So, of course, our next, siyempre, siya lang yung aking guest na male ngayon. Okay, si Wendrico Emmanuel Tambilawan. Okay, gusto ko sa kanya, ang section niya ay siyempre, Gonzales. Ka-family name ko. So, Wendrico, say hi to everyone. O, shout out ka din sa mga nanonood sa'yo.
Hello guys, I am Wendrico Emmanuel Tambilawan. I am now at grade 11. My strand is ABM. Then I am taking the ABM strand at the Ateneo de Davao University, and I have no people to shout out with, but I know that there are many people that who want to
say hi to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. And I would also like to thank this opportunity to the Father give us the time and the quality to speak in the radio. Thank you, Father, and may God bless you.
It's also a pleasure that we have you, okay? So, eto, isa pang grade 11, si Hannah Isabella Labial, and she's a member of the Peer Facilitators League. So, Hannah, say hi, Hannah.
Hi po, Father. Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah Isabella Labial. I study in Ateneo de Davao Senior High School, undertaking STEM Pre-Sci. And shout out to the people who wanted me to shout out for them.
Who are they?
I'm gonna say my friends, sponsor, and my family who's currently watching. I think they're watching because this is the first time I am in a Facebook Live or a radio live po.
Yes, don't worry about it. Don't feel so nervous, okay? It's just chill lang tayo and conversation lang, di ba? Sige nga, let's try this. What did you bring today? What did you bring? What snack ba yan?
Well,
meron kang tubig? Tulad ko, tubig.
I didn't bring anything, Father, because I am already ready for the program tonight.
Yes, you're ready for the program.
Yes, I dressed myself. Then I prepared what I needed to bring today.
Yes, buti pa.
There are no snacks because I'm on a diet.
You're on a diet. Buti pa siya nag-diet, no? I don't think. So guys, so just chill lang tayo ngayon. Again, okay, they're all grade 12 and they've been into the online difficulties, di ba? Since last year. So they will share a lot of things, especially what they have undergone in the past months and years before the pandemic hit all of us. So Jannela is in grade 12 Brito, and she's a member of the Peer Mentors League. So Jannela Harviel Limit. Jannela, pakilala ka, anak.
So, hello everyone who's watching there. I am Jannela Harviel and Limit. I'm grade 12 Brito. and I'm currently taking STEM pre-sci. So I hope that you all have eaten today, and I hope that you are having a great day. And shout out naman dyan sa mga friends ko. We have Bev, Shariel, Aliana, Shahani, Carl, and Van. Shout out to you all.
Hey guys, hello. Thank you for watching and listening here in Radio Katipunan. Okay, and in grade 12, we also have Justin Doloricon from grade 12 Colombier. She's also a member of the Peer Mentors League. So Justin, hello anak.
Hi, good evening. My name is Justin Denise Doloricon. I'm from Ateneo de Davao Senior High School, grade 12, Colombier. I'm 17 and shout out to my classmates. I hope you're watching this and you learn from it too.
Nako, parang mga classmates po, puro Colombier ba yan? Are there people watching that are not your classmates?
Maybe Facebook friends.
Facebook friends. Baka mas marami ka pang followers eh. And of course, the last, no, but not of course the least. Ang Daphne Dampios is also grade 12. Daphne, hello anak.
Good evening everyone. So my name is Daphne Dampios from 12 Contua and shout out to my classmates as well as well.
Your family is also watching?
Yes sir.
Say hi to your family. Grabe. So, diba? Of course, you get to see another person here. He's our guidance counselor. He's the moderator with Marge Silencio, but Marge is not here with us. So, please welcome Jose Marie Guerra. So, Joma.
Hello. Good evening. I'm really happy to see everybody here, the grade 11 and grade 12 peer facilitators and peer mentors too. So, as what Father mentioned, I am the grade 11 pre-science guidance facilitator, and I am also the Peer Mentors League club moderator. And I would like to say that I'm really happy to see everybody here, especially my peers. I can see them are as a part of their growth, no, na mag-talk dito sa radio popad. So
Yes.
it's really a good experience for them and to spread the mental health awareness for this month. So thank you.
Aside from me hosting this radio program, it is important to me. I don't know with you, but it is important to me that people are given chances to be able to share what they think about their situation right now, especially with the COVID situation. And so that's the reason why you're all here, because I do believe that you have a lot of things that you can share to many of our listeners and those who watch us on Facebook Live. So before we proceed, first of all, for the stars, guys, if you like our broadcast, please support us by sending us Facebook stars. Now na. So for any feedback about our shows, please message us on our Facebook page or our email, radyo-katipunan@gmail.com. Okay? So let's start the ball rolling right away, di ba? So the first question that I really am very curious about is that why did you choose to become a facilitator or a mentor to many of your classmates at the time of a pandemic? There are many, to me, di ba? Pwede ka naman maging basketball player. Pwede ka naman dun ka sa arts. O pwede ka naman dun sa puro dancing. Pwede ka naman... Usually, those are the very popular clubs. But then, you are here. And to be part of peer facilitators and peer mentoring is really a service more than something that you just, where you just enjoy and dance all the time. So what brought you to become a member of the organization? Anyone? Hindi naman to graded recitation, ha? So, di ba? Natawa si Audrey, ganyan. Audrey, sige na, Audrey. Okay, Wendrico, bakit ka nga ngano kay mas gusto man nimo inaan-i?
Gusto ko kasi mag-answer dito. Sumali dito sa club na ito kasi I want to share about my current illness ngayon about my mental health, which is the epilepsy seizure, which it is
Yes.
called. I am undergoing maintenance for 3 years, starting last July, I think, from until my first year college. Then I wanted to join this. I wanted to join this league because of my enthusiastic behavior of meeting new friends and exploring new clubs that I haven't visited before.
Talaga. It's good that you are able to explore other clubs, di ba? Than just joining what you have been used to. And I think to get that kind of support system is really laudable for all of us. Kaya, di ba? Palakpakan naman dyan para kay Wen. And we are all here to support you also in your endeavor. Okay, so I guess we can ask someone from grade 12, right? So, Justin,
Yes.
ganun ka eh.
I would love to learn from their experience and to relay these learnings to my co-peers in the future po.
And what are the learnings that you have undergone so far? What are the things that you learned as peer facilitators in grade 11, and now you're already grade 12, then you can mentor other people?
Like the managing especially this time na it's very hard kasi online classes. I've learned that it is better to do a routine so that you can focus on things and do it efficiently.
Other things that distracts you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Like what? Sige nga, baka it is also a distraction to me.
Example for me, I manage my time. I do like time schedules. Like this hour, I'll do this assignment from this subject, and this hour maybe I'll like eat or watch a movie. Para lang di ako bombarded yung brain ko. Ganun.
Talaga. What are the things that would disturb you from following that kind of schedule?
It could be like sudden assignments na given to teachers. Like yung wala sa schedule doon lang parang iipitin mo lang doon, ganun po.
So nakaka-distract yun sa'yo. Ang tawag yun you feel disoriented. Di ba suddenly naaalog ka bigla. Oh no, may bago pala. Ganyan.
Yes.
Yes, I can imagine that kind of thing kasi I'm also following a schedule, but suddenly if there's something comes in and it's not in the schedule, it disrupts many schedules, but somehow we manage it, right? So how about you, Daphne? Ano ba yung mo? How you see, why did you join this club?
Sir, I was part of peer since junior high school, since grade 7, and I grew attached to it, sir. And there is a special place kasi sa peer sa akin, sir. I had 4 clubs before, and right now, nung sinabi na 1 club lang for senior high school, kay peer yung gipili ko. I feel like I fit in kasi, sir, sa peer na club because I am very sociable po. And I find it easy to blend in with groups and talk to new people po.
Yeah, you just mentioned the importance of community, that you feel that you are part of a group, that you belong there, and it fits you. I think that is very important in our discussion today. So thank you, Daphne. How about the rest? Gusto niyo ba sumali sa sa tanong na yan? I'm sure, di ba? John, paano ka pumasok? Why peer counseling? Because it's really a curious question. Not everybody would like to become, like a mentor or like a facilitator. Why?
Because po, I really like to listen to others' concerns and give advices as much as possible. And overall, just helping po others. And I believe na sa peer po is makakapagtulong po ako sa ibang tao kasi peer po kami, students. So I can relate to also their problems and at the same time give advices. And also they could also give advice to me. So parang sharing lang po siya. And also I believe po na I could use this sa ano ko po, future career, which is nursing po, kasi social skills and listening skills are very essential po.
Ang galing, galing, galing. So you just put two elements in your answer that indeed, first of all, you really want to help. To me, those are, wow. Not everybody would like to help another, di ba? When you're more concerned about yourself. That's the first thing, no? Because peer counseling or peer facilitator and peer mentoring is really an act of service more than anything else. But anything that is of service does not mean that you will not learn anything that you always give. You actually gain something. And what Jannela said, that she learn how to listen to people, and it will help her in her career. Her career track is nursing, and part of being a nurse, and that's true, part of the healing process is this, that when someone who is ill is able to talk to another person, somehow you feel better, right? No, even if it's very physical, no, it's not just emotional, but it is also physical. And I will say, of course, it is also spiritual. Just being able to know someone who can listen to your needs, what you feel, di ba? It speeds up somehow, mysteriously, the healing process, right? And I think, no, Marge here, yes, thank you very much for coming, Marge. One of our guidance counselors, both Joma and Marge are our counselors in our, what we call now, the Wellness and Testing Center. We've changed it from guidance office because there's a stigma. Kapag guidance office, para lang sa mga problematic. But you see, wellness is really for everybody. It is not just those who have problems or challenges, di ba? So, kahit ako, I need people who can tell me, straightforward what they think that I am doing. And so I have fellow Jesuits who give me counsel, okay? Because it is really for everybody, and wellness is also for everybody. So, March, how about you? Paano ka pala napunta sa counseling? At saka, ano yung kwento mo? Kwento ka naman.
So, medyo mahaba to, Pads, but I hope you
sige
have
lang,
the time to listen. Okay,
pagkatapos nang tatanungin ko si Joma.
Sige. Actually, paano ko man ito sabihin ba? Nung time na nag-master's degree ako back in 2019, dun pa nag-sink in sa akin, and dun ko lang na-realize na, hala, ito man pala yung gusto ko nung college ako. It's just that after graduating college, you think that you have everything figured out kasi nakatapos ka na ng college. Kaya lang, siguro I just doubted myself na baka hindi ako para sa education setting. So, hindi muna ako pumunta sa education setting. So, I applied in BPO, tapos naging secretary ako sa isang government official, and then an opportunity opened. So, na-recruit ako ni Jaira, a former guidance facilitator din, and she said na may opening lagi daw. Tapos yun, I took a shot, applied, and then wala akong experience sa counseling. Wala talaga. Pero I still remember na back in college, Doc Gina Lamzon, one of our master's professor, she reminded me nung naging student niya ako ulit, now in master's class, she reminded me na ikaw lang sa lahat ng batchmate mo or sa lahat ng classmates mo, ikaw lang yung nagtanong sa akin kung paano maging guidance counselor. So yun, dun na-remind sa akin na, this is what I wanted to do pala. Siguro, one thing na din, I wanted to be someone who I wanted when I was younger. And I know how it feels like, when at that age, teenagers, sometimes we feel like nobody could understand us or nobody would listen because of some limitations and maybe age gap, ganyan. So, yun siguro ang goal ko up until now, to be someone who I needed when I was younger. So, yun lang yun, Pads. Thank you.
And then we all have our own stories, and one of the things that you can put into your story is that it is a vocation. Now, when we talk about career, you always talk about money. Okay, you always talk about what would feed you. But when you talk about vocation, you're asking the question, what would make my life meaningful? And what would make my life purposeful? That's the difference between a career and a vocation. Diba? If really listening to people who have a lot of challenges at the moment, that would require a vocation. You know why? Because it's not an 8 to 5 job. Yung tipong, I'm sorry, I don't want to listen to you anymore because it's already 5 o'clock. Diba? But if your friend is telling you a lot of things that he or she is undergoing, that would require a lot of time and also effort, right? So I guess part of becoming a counselor is really to understand that being a counselor and being a listener is more a vocation than it's a career choice, right? No. So I'll just ask one more before we proceed to really asking about what are the challenges that you face as facilitators, mentors, or guidance counselors. I'd like to know kasi the story of Joma. Joma talaga. So, Joma, kwento ka naman sa aming lahat para alam ng mga tao, ba't ka napunta dito, di ba? So,
Wow, grabe. Sana ma-inspire ang iba, yun especially sa mga loss. Kasi during my journey as a guidance counselor or facilitator is really a very confusing one, because during that time after I graduated, I didn't know what to do, and I knew that after graduating from my bachelor's degree, which is psychology, I could go to many settings, either educational, clinical, and also industrial. But
yeah.
back then, I really don't know what to pick. So my journey started when I was working abroad sa States as a caregiver, and I didn't know how to clean up old people's stuff. Clean up old people talaga. How to clean them up. So when I got back home from here, I needed to find a job. So our former currently working in the guidance or wellness and testing center, si Connie, recruited me. So same manner kay Marge. So during that time, sabi ko, sayang no, Ateneo pa naman, and why not here na lang, and kahit hindi mo alam ang guidance, at least in a way, related ang psychology and guidance. So I think for me that time, I thought na it would help na I got, based from my background sa higher education, why not mag-guidance ako? So yun. So during that time, nag-interview na ako kay Pads, kay Mapima. So nahiya pa talaga ako kay mali yung application letter ko kasi it was HR. So nagano na ako, hala, hindi na talaga ako tanggapin ito. But a few days later, tinanggap pa rin ako. So nagsabi na, dahil lang doon, nagsabi na talaga ako, hala, baka this job was meant talaga for me. And so far from my experience, I've listened towards a lot of learners regarding their mental health concerns, how they sort out things, and also with the help of my master class, sa masters ko na graduate school, it really helped me realize myself and how can I be. It also helped me na paano ako maging good guidance counselor, not just by the book. So with the help of the experience din talaga sa school, and also with the great help of my co-workers, sila Marge, sila Connie, sila Erica, and si may nakalimutan ako, sila Sam and si Jolo, and of course our beloved Ma'am Ima. So grabe talaga ang journey. But in the end, so far, I know being a counselor, marinig ko talaga parati, from other one of sa mga classmates ko dati na you will go to the guidance if you'll get in trouble. But no, na-realize ko na you go to the guidance because it's a place for you to be open. And correct ka talaga, Pads. I attest to that. It's for everybody. It's for everybody that to help you sort out things, help you vent out, and also help you when it comes to your career. So yun ang journey ko from guidance.
It's really inspiring to know that all those who are here now, whether they're students or they're professionals, is that they have this innate desire to be of help. But being of help also help them in return. Like, you get to know more about yourself by helping others. You get to know your identity and what makes you unique and special in the eyes of God, because you've been helping other people also find their way. And I think that's one point that is important. And the second thing is how fellow guidance counselors or fellow learners help us out, resolve also our problems, resolve also the challenges that we undergo at the present moment. And so I would like to ask, for many of you here in the peer and facilitator and mentorship program of the senior high school, is this, what have you encountered as, maybe I want to ask Sana, what is the greatest mental health concern of young people? Or maybe greatest means we all talked about it, but we did not talk anything about which is the most or the greatest. Maybe in your experience, what issues do your classmates face that you have encountered yourself? What do you think?
For me po, Father, parang depression po at anxiety na normal lang talaga na ma-experience namin as a student, dahil we constantly feel that we're under the pressure that we need to satisfy ourselves just as like we want to satisfy our family. And when we do not do well under pressure, we break down, which cause us to be depressed, and which will lead us to have unsafe thoughts, Father.
So yes, you get to be disappointed, right? And part of that experience of being disappointed at oneself when we do not excel as much as we expect ourselves to excel, or that we did not meet the expectations of our parents, we find ourselves, as you can say, we experience some anxiety and depression. What is in your mind when you experience anxiety or depression? What do you think about anyone when anong nasa isip ninyo?
Well, in my opinion, Father, there are constantly many things that going through your mind when you are experiencing anxiety or depression. So, well, as a student today, Father, I have already experienced that because those are the symptoms of my current illness today.
Mm-hmm.
And you have many assignments to do in class and in each subject. You feel and realize that you want to give up and escape from doing these assignments, such as playing games online, watching TV, or going out with your friends, and not attending the online class. So like that, Father.
Yung parang gusto mo mag-escape na lang.
Yes.
Sige, when we talk about
Yes,
escape,
Father.
You mentioned about playing online games. You mentioned about being with your friends na lang. And then what other things that you think about to escape from the disappointment or to escape from anxiety? What other things do you consider?
Well, Father, if you ask me, in my good side, I would prefer going to sleep and solving solving a this in the morning, since your mind is refreshed. Then your mind will be organized once again. Well, always in numerous times. That is why I always end up answering my assignments in. To be honest, answering my assignments in a school, because I have a lot of other things to do in my house, which is my responsibility.
Okay. So, maganda for those who are listening, di ba? The first thing that you get to learn from our students is this, no? That they do experience anxiety and depression. They do experience frustration. They wanted to escape. But one thing that Wen has contributed in this conversation is this, that sometimes he would sleep so that he knows what to do, refreshed in the morning. I think sometimes I don't know. Please confirm what I'm saying. Okay, so because I might be wrong, and that sometimes it is our tiredness that can contribute to many of our frustrations.
Yes, Father, exactly.
Exactly, no? Gumaganon ka, Joma. Tama ba yung sinasabi ko?
Yes po.
Natutulog ka rin ba?
Of course. Sabi nga ng teacher namin, Pads, na if you want to counsel or help people, the most important tool to help other people is yourself. So you need talaga to rest.
Yes. And if you look at it, no, resting is very physical, but it is more than just physical, di ba? It contributes even to our mental well-being. Okay. So, what are the factors? Oh, guys, magtatanong talaga ako dito. What makes you depressed? What makes you anxious? I mean, as students, really. Of course, I know some like grades like that, but other things. What happens to you, Audrey?
Ako po, siguro po yung family ko po. Kasi po, pinakamatanda po sa lahat sa magpipinsan, mother side and father side po. So,
talaga
yung
ikaw? You're the
Yes
eldest? Oh, appear.
Yes po.
Okay. High five.
And meron po akong mga lola po na mga byuda po. So, sa akin po talaga yung attention nila na ganito dapat, ganyan, dapat makapag-excel ka, dapat po meron kang marating in the future kasi hindi po talaga sila papayag na wala. And second po, yung siguro po, grades din po siguro. Simula po kasi nung siguro elementary po ako, grade 2 until junior high school po, nasa honor list po ako. And parang hindi po ako pinipressure ng family ko, pero pinipressure ko po yung sarili ko na to do better.
Yes.
Kasi po, mag-e-expect na din po kasi sila na, hala, dapat ikaw honor ka din this year. Dapat next time din, ganyan ka din. Dapat mas galingan mo pa next year. Yung mga ganun po.
Oo. Sometimes the pressure does not actually come from the outside. It comes from us ourselves, right? Because of many people who believe in us, right? And I think that's the contribution of a community. Do you think it is important for people to believe in us? I'm not saying to believe in us in the sense that you have to get high grades, but someone who just believe that you can do better. Do you think that is important so that you become mentally well? What do you think?
Can I answer that, Pad?
Yes, sige, Marge.
Even okay. So, common misconception sa aming mga mental health professional or guidance counselor is some people often think that, okay, since you're already a mental health professional, you are mentally well, or you're okay lang well-being mo, ganyan, you can handle things, everything. You can handle everything well. But then sometimes, yun, at the end of the day, we're still humans, and it's also really important that there is someone who genuinely supports your goals.
Yeah.
Yung someone who will support you na walang kapalit, na parang hindi utang ng loob, pero someone who really believes in your, who is confident enough in your talents, and someone who believes that you will grow more into a better person, kung ikumpara sa past mo, parang ganyan lang, ganyan. It's really important to have that someone or a family who believes in you in that way.
Yeah, yung expectations are not essentially bad, right? Because there are always expectations. Meaning, no, if you're my friend, I expect you to become a good friend of mine, di ba? It's just like that, di ba? If you are my son or my daughter, and I have seen your talents, then it is natural for me as a parent to expect that you can do better and you can become a better person, but not necessarily measure it by your grades, right? And what would therefore be a better way so that you will not feel anxious, you will not be depressed or frustrated? How would you like other people, like your parents, to approach you or to treat you when you did not meet your expectations or your grades are down? What would you like them to say to you? Jan.
I think po is that it's okay to feel na hindi all the time magagawa or ma-accomplish mo lahat ng gusto mo in life, and also that na doesn't mean na nag-give up ka na or nagkamali ka, meaning you're already a failed person. No, that just means that you are a very hardworking person, that you gave all of your best. Pero yun talaga, tadhana na hindi lahat na nakukuha natin. So, yun, comfort. I want them to comfort me.
Natawa tuloy si Wen pero ito yung tanong ko na, because now we were talking about community, di ba? We're talking about people who support us. Now, when they come to you, when a classmate of yours or a friend of yours or someone who would like someone to listen to them, what do you say to them? Hi, guys. Nag-isip muna tayo. Daphne, gumaganon ka, nakikita ka, I can see your eyes. So I know you wanted to say something, okay?
I'm not really good at comforting father, but I had a friend. I actually experienced this father last year, and she was quite sad. Because,
don't mention their names, okay, guys? Yun lang sasabihin ko sa inyo. Please don't mention their names.
She was quite sad because most of us in the group was part of the honor list, and she was not. So what I did was, instead of comforting her through words, I offered to study with her, actually, because I think it's important to act rather than to say it through words. Though it is good to actually comfort the person through words, but I think it's a lot more better when you feel like there's someone who's willing to extend a hand, and that's also.
So you're able to tell that to your friend?
Yes, po.
Ganyan. So ito pa, no? What other issues aside from depression and anxiety that tops the list? Are there other things other challenges. And how did you face it no, when you are also being asked to help them out? So, meron tayong dead air. So, meron ba bang iba that tops your list? Or someone who had a heartbreak, for example? Oh, gumana nakita. Hannah, I saw you. Okay. Guys, don't worry about Hannah. Hannah is actually looking at the screen. However, her camera is at the side. So, and she has a very cool earphone, di ba? Cool earphone and microphone. Saan ka pa, di
Thank
ba?
you. Thank you, Father.
Magtatanong ako kung saan mo yan nakuha. Parang gusto ko rin yung may ganyan, na may mga ilaw-ilaw. Ganyan. So,
Sa
oh,
Shopee.
Hannah. Sa Shopee ba? Sa Shopee mo ba kinuha yan? Hanapin ko nga yan sa Shopee. So, Shopee girl ka pala. Kaya, pero sa totoo lang yun, there are many cheap finds in Shopee, di ba? Parang nagpa-plug tayo dito, di ba? So balik tayo doon. Did someone approach you about their love life or about relationship problems?
Meron po, sir, pero parang hindi naman gaano ka seryoso dahil high school pa kami noon na time, at parang yung sa kanya lang ay nag-breakdown lang po siya, sir, like palagi siyang umiiyak at palagi siyang absent po, sir, sa klase namin. Ako yung she came to me po, sir, and she asked for help, and I tried to console her po, sir. But I was not the main reason why she got okay. I said to her that the main reason that you're gonna be okay is that you're gonna fix yourself and compose yourself, po, sir. Father.
Don't worry about it, anak. I'm not. That's okay. So, how did they fix themselves? What would you tell them if you have a friend like that of Hannah? How would you tell them to fix themselves? What does that actually mean concretely?
When I say that, and Father, I mean that they should find that before they love others, they should learn to love themselves, because you were whole when you gave your all to them. But if they break you, you're gonna be the only one who's gonna pick your pieces up until you're fine.
Parang nawala ata si Pads. Pads. Ayun. Okay lang. Standby muna tayo habang wala pa si Pads. Kamusta naman kayo? Okay pa?
Okay lang.
Nagkain na kayo?
Yes, sir.
Kain pa, sir.
Magkain pa?
Yes, sir.
Sige, pagkain ka lang. Kain ka lang, okay lang. Mag-snacks, ganyan. Kasi while we are waiting for Father JBoy, let's make ourselves comfortable na by having siguro magkain or mag-inom tubig or kung ano bang gusto niyong gawain. And si Marge. Wala din ba si Marge? Yeah. Pero sige lang. So sorry everyone for the delay. Ganyan talaga ang life. As I've said before that we cannot change talaga, or we cannot do anything about what we have, especially sa internet, kasi ganyan talaga yan. Ayan. Hi, Pads! Welcome back! Naka-mute ka po, Father.
I'm sorry
Ayun.
guys for the, I think it's the internet. Suddenly everybody froze and then that's it. No, I was out of the game. So
Okay man lang po, Pads.
yeah.
Chika-chika lang kami.
That's okay. where were we in our discussion? Nawala tuloy ako kasi bigla akong ninervous. Bigla sabi ko, ano nangyari? Biglang nawala ako. Ako pa naman yung host, di ba?
Yung kay Hana na Pads.
Yeah, yung about relationship problems. How do people, your classmates, approach you? What do they say? Curious ako, di ba? Kasi iba kasi kapag they approach a guidance counselor or they approach me like, Father, can I talk to you? Etc. etc. Pero ano yung way nila mag-approach sa'yo? Paano, ano yung introduction nila? For example, John, or kaya Justin, can I talk to you or something? What do they do? What do they say?
They just chat me po, Father, and like automatically I know that something is wrong because they're not their usual self, and when they chat messages, they don't use the same. They have periods in the end, Father.
They have periods. Meron palang ganun yung yung dot, something like that.
No, period as in period lang, Father.
Period
Isa lang.
Isa lang. Parang usually parang spamming lang yung ginagawa. Tama, no? Pero biglang so may ganun pala. Are there other ways? So ngayon ko lang nalaman, ganun pala. Pag meron, how do you gauge a person that person is not mentally well? So yan una pa at sa kanilang chat. What else, no? Is there a behavior that you get to see? Kanina someone mentioned already about nag-absent na sila. Hindi na sila pumapasok. What else, no? So and Jomar.
Okay. Based from the things na experience ko here sa Ateneo, if somebody is undergoing some mental health concerns, usually it manifests talaga, as you've said, Pad, sa attendance, sa kanilang performance sa academics, and even sa non-academics, kasi meron mga iba na due to their mental health concerns, they cannot go even sa kanilang mga non-academics, which yung mga non-academics baya kay some of the topics or learnings na mapulot nyo doon is mental health din baya as sa LDP classes nyo, right?
Yes, sa classes,
Yeah, so yun po, Pads.
So yung if you look at the symptoms, how can it be detected by the community, by people around them? How is it detected? If you, like for example, can it be instinctual? Yung tipong parang feeling ko hindi siya ayos. Pero wala naman siyang sinasabi.
Siyempre po, Father, mag-start yun sa duda.
Mag-start talaga sa duda.
Yes. So, mag-start yung duda, marami hanggang mag-pass on yan to the other people. Then until if there are any left, may lalapit talaga sa iyo. If may heart talaga sa iyo.
So yung sinasabi mo no how a community helps one another is that kapag any member of your classmates, any member of the class or even of the club or a member of the barkada, may duda siya, eventually someone will seek help. It doesn't mean the person who is undergoing it. Tama? And so chismis. I mean chismis in a positive sense. It's in a positive.
I wouldn't put it that way, Father.
So parang by word of mouth, it reaches the people who might be able to help. Is that how you you get to know that someone needs help as peer facilitators or mentors? Did you experience that?
Because I myself, a father, I have good and kind heart. I am caring for my other sa aking mga kapwa na nangailangan ng tulong ko. And syempre, kung hindi nila kaya yung kanilang problems, tinutulungan ko sila as best as I can. And if lalo na if na-corner na sila, wala na silang magagawa, nakita mo na sa mga picture, yung i-grab na nila yung hair nila, yung halos mahulog na lang yung dandruff sa kanilang ulo. So yun lang, pinapakpak ko kagad, then comfort, ganon. That is always the main thing that I would do.
So, kung picture, do these people post what they're undergoing online? Na ma-detect mo?
No po, Father. I think that they will post later on in their timeline. Usually I see their posts in Facebook po. Then sometimes nilalapitan ko sila, and sometimes di po sila nangangailangan ng tulong, parang sa tingin nila parang kaya nila sa kanilang sarili. Then when ganun yung way ng kanilang pag-escape ng kanilang depression or anxiety, binigbigyan ko na lang sila ng advice. So ganito dapat gagawin mo, dapat always be strong, always pray to God.
Yeah, so it is very important that you are there, that your presence is there, because the person feels that he or she is not alone.
Yes, he or she is valued.
Yes. The person is valued.
Yes.
So part of our topic, like how important is community in mental health, is saying that the first thing that is important is presence, and that the person feels that he or she belongs to a group of friends who show their concern by being with them. Do you need to have a skill to be able to do it well? How about other people who may not be trained? What do you think will you tell them if they have a friend who is depressed, or a friend who has anxiety, or who is frustrated? Can a peer facilitator or mentor tell something to that friend so that that friend will be able to help his or her friend? What do you say to them? What advice do you give them? And I think it's a good advice for all of us who are watching. What? Daphne, anyone? Para...
May I speak ulit, Father?
Sige, Wen.
Actually, you don't need any special skills to comfort your friend.
Mm-hmm.
You only need to be in their presence. So, kailangan mo lang na nandun ka sa kanila. Then, may taong na masasabihan mo sa mga problema mo, and if may makakita sila ng opening, if there are many solutions to his or her problem.
Yeah. Are there people who come to you because they don't fit? That means, diba, a community can be a place where people fit. Where people feel that they belong to. Are there people who come to you because they cannot possibly fit into any, whether it's a club or it's a class? Guys, anyone? Daphne, you want... Meron bang lumapit sa'yo?
Yes po, Father. I think beginning of grade 11, I noticed there was this person who doesn't interact much in the group chat. So I tried to approach, and now I am proud to say, Father, that we became best friends. We became very close. And I almost cried when she told me, like, one time she said, I was very thankful that you approached me, because she already imagined herself the whole year daw po in grade 11 that she might be alone and no one would help her. So I was glad that I was able to reach out. Yan po.
And being part of the community, do you need to conform to what they think? Justin, what do you feel? Kailangan bang kung anong sabihin nila o ano yung trend nila, yun din ang gagawin mo? Is that part of belongingness in your generation?
No po, sir. We have to respect po each other and adjust to each other's needs po. You don't need to rely po.
Do you in your generation, Nax, 'di ba? Parang akala mo tanda-tanda ko na. Well, anak, no, alam nyo ba na I'm Generation X? I'm 52 years old. So, ang layo na sa inyong generation. Kaya gusto ko magtanong talaga kasi curious ako eh. Tipo, so in your generation, your uniqueness is valued. And how do you want people to value your uniqueness? For example, how would you tell your parents that, ma, pa, no, I'm different, so don't compare me with other people, something like that. How would you tell your parents if you were, you know, if you were people who feel that they don't, that they wanted to be respected for who they are or what they are? What would you tell them?
Like what you had said, sir. I'm different. I hope you respect that po. Kasi everyone is unique. Everyone has different personalities, different doings po. And I think that is one of the things we need to really say to other people na I'm not like this, I'm like that na. I hope your expectations that does not disappoint when you meet me po. Ganon.
Yeah. And in terms of your generation, again, I'm sorry for the generation card. Kasi talaga, really, I'm like your parents, you know. I'm sure kabatch ko yung parents ninyo. Mga 1968 ako pinanganak, di ba? I'm sure, di ba? Kasi we were brought up with parents telling us, oh, you know, why don't you become like your uncle? Etc., etc. And for us, it is not really comparing me with my uncle, but they are giving me an example of how we can be like them in our own way. So we don't feel that we are being compared to, which is different from the Generation Z, which is your generation that is being misconstrued as being compared to. So that's the thing. So how would you want other people to see that side of you, that our uniqueness should be respected, whether in like gender differences, tama no? Gender differences, equality in terms of race or even of culture and even of religion. How do you want them to respect you concretely? Kasi we can always talk about respect, pero wala tayong example. So paano? Gusto ko marinig yung example. So kung merong isang tao na kaibigan mo, for example, iba ang kanyang gender. 'Di ba? Iba ang kanyang gender. And then nagsasabi siya na feeling ko hindi ako respected. Feeling ko what would you tell them? Would you go out of your way to just listen to that? Do you have experiences like those?
In my part po, Father, meron po. Specifically, you cannot identify, we cannot compare our family to a mixture. Like for example, when you mix two different things, like water and milk. So if you if you mix them together, they have the same composition of the original ones, but their results are different from what they were before. So hindi mo naman rin pwede maging pwede maulit yung yung forma nila noon, 'di ba po, Father? Yung yung like when yung gatas po is naka powdered state pa. So after kung itapon mo naman po kung itapon mo naman po yan, parang wala namang yan, parang walang silbi. Ganon. So hindi na talaga mabago yung inner self mo, yung personality mo, because who you are is who you are.
And the community has to respect your identity.
Yes po, Father. Hindi naman kailangan ka makisabay sa mga updates ngayon, sa mga current trends para ka lang maging famous. Kaya mabuti naman maghanap ka ng ibang ways, like kanina po, Father, like maglapit ka sa mga friends mo na maraming problems. Pwede ka naman maging famous dun kasi marunong ka makilapit sa mga marunong ka makitungo sa kanila.
So when you talk about identity, paano nakakatulong ang community sa pag-achieve sa iyong identity? What do you think?
Well, I think po, Father, dapat makipag-understand sila sa isa't isa. Di naman pwede na dapat kung sino siya noon, dapat yun din yung characteristics mo ngayon.
Yeah. How about you, Audrey, ikaw, pagtingin mo sa sarili mo, I think it is important for you guys to find who you are, di ba? Or else, para kang maka-cancel ka bigla. Cancelled. Yes. Alam nyo may diyan tayo ko, natututo na ako sa inyo, mga anak, alam nyo ba? Maka-cancelled ka bigla. It's important for you to assert yourself. No? How does the community help you to get to know who you are?
I think po, kasi po once na natanggap ka po ng nasa paligid mo po, mas mararamdaman mo po yung totoong ikaw. Mas makukuha mo po yung tama pong tamang identity mo po, na ganito pala ako, na satisfying po kasi siya sa feeling. Yun, meron po kasi akong friend na hindi po namin talaga siya ine-expect, pero nung nag-out po siya sa amin, sabi, like, agad po namin siyang tinanggap kasi po, di ba po, iba-iba po kasi tayo ng generation ngayon iba-iba po tayo ng mga pananaw. And sa mga katulad po ng mga parents ko, hindi po sila talaga masyadong open. Aminado po talaga ako doon. And sabi po nila na kapag may ganon daw pong mga parents, dapat daw po ine-explain mo daw po sa kanila ng dahan-dahan na ganito ka. Na iba ka po sa ine-expect nilang ikaw. Ganun po.
Yeah, dapat dahan-dahan. Oo nga. Kasi sometimes, do you know, kapag in-explain mo na isang bagsakan, parang binigyan ka ng assignment na yung teacher ng libo-libo, na biglang ang dami ganyan, nakaka-overwhelm. So importante na dahan-dahan pala, may progress ang explanation to our generation. To our generation. So sabihin mo sa akin, Audrey, Father, teka, explain ko sa iyo dahan-dahan. Ganyan. No, but for those who are watching, if your parents, and it is very important what these students are saying, that there are certain values that they have that might not be a conscious value for us. Diba? For example, why is it that they are very accepting of the differences of people than ourselves, especially with regards to gender or gender orientation? For them, it is easy. No, I'd like to ask the question: how many of you here, and I'd like you to tell stories about how many of you here have friends of of color, of different colors, in meaning LGBTQIA, religion, etc., etc. O, raise your hands, ganyan. Yan. O, ganyan. So, parang lahat kaya tayo. Kahit ano, kahit ako din, anak, kung alam nyo lang, kasi lumaki din ako with a lot of people in theater. So I am used to colorful community than actually to what they call a kaleidoscope world, by the way. Nax. At least, meron tayong contact. A kaleidoscope world. I'm used to it more than anything else. So this is the question. From our discussions, and answering the question, why is community important to mental health? You are saying that, first of all, it is important because a sense of belongingness is important to mental health. That's the first thing, di ba? And belongingness can be your presence, you fit in, or somebody helps you to fit in. Tama, di ba? Sabi nga ni Daphne kanina, di ba? Somebody else helps you to fit in, and then at the same time, respects your differences, respects your uniqueness. And part of belongingness is also to be able to accept the identities, the colorful, dynamic identities, and the developing identities of individuals. Am I right? So that's the first thing that is very clear in our conversations tonight. And there is another one that is also very clear in our conversations, why communities are very helpful in terms of our mental health, the importance of support. Diba? That meron ka talaga mapupuntahan. Tulad ng sinasabi ni Wen about may nangangailangan, kahit hindi niya kaibigan, pero medyo nasisense mo na o dumarating sa'yo, that kind of support system is important in a school.
Yes.
Tama ba ako?
Yes.
What are your thoughts about what I've just said? Si Marjo, parang yes.
Can I answer that question?
Yes, Daphne, sure.
Community is really important kasi if yung people sa community is less judgmental, I think yung person is mas comfortable siya, and if nakita niya na they are going to accept him or her, is he or she will be happy. And I think ano din, Father, one of the fear ng tao is that something new, like they're afraid to accept something that is new. And I think we have to change that. Like change is constant in this place, and we have to put in mind that we all experience change, and the less we judge others, the more we welcome them din po.
Yeah, so it's very important to have what we call safe spaces where people are not judged, no, according to their differences, or but that people are respected and they can be who they are, right? No, what do you think?
I totally agree po with Daphne po. Kasi we all humans, sociable po talaga tayo. Kahit na introvert tayo, we still have that someone or some people that we can rely on. And although accepting ourselves is already a big deal na po, but being accepted by a community is like a warm hug po. Parang masarap po sa feeling na, oh, yes, I'm finally can be myself. And also, all of us are part in a community. And so, I think that being accepted and being respected, being who you are is really what makes us humans. That we really want to be loved, respected. Yun po.
Do you change roles when you are talking to your peers who have problems? That means, do you feel that sometimes you're like, they need a friend, and then when they say something, wait, they need someone who is like their parents who will give them advice? O kaya sometimes you can wait a minute, ganyan. Kailangan niya ng that ability to change roles as you become a peer facilitator and mentor. Do you experience those things?
Yes.
Yes.
I have a friend po
Kwento
kasi.
naman kayo.
I have a friend po na who is 1 year younger than me. So every time magchichika, we're like, parang hindi po akong, friend lang po, ganyan. But every time she has problems or if she has some questions in her life na gusto niya akong i-ask, then para akong sister or paminsan more than a sister, parang mother na po. So either pinapagalitan ko po siya or parang or paminsan po is nagsasabi po ako ng mga life na solutions po sa problem niya po. Parang ganun po.
So nag-change talaga yung roles mo. Natatawa si
Yes
Daphne.
po.
Daphne, may kwento ka, no?
Yung tone po kasi nag-change, masabi ko ng father na nag-change din yung tone ko for what your friend is experiencing currently. Syempre, if depressing yung story niya, syempre hindi ka naman siguro happy, no? Like you have to sympathize din po. And I think it's important kasi if you try to understand his or her feelings is mas ma-comfort mo yung person po.
Yeah, you are able to comfort your parents. Pumapalakpak si Marge. Marge, you say you wanna add to what Daphne said?
Kasi amazed lang siguro ako, Pads, because as young as 16 or 17, itong mga peer leaders natin and itong mga peer facilitators and mentors, somehow they have a grasp of how important mental health is and having community support it is. Kasi nung panahon ko, parang matanda na din ako masyado, pero nung panahon ko, parang surface level lang talaga yung alam ko. I wasn't really able to dive into understanding what mental health is, o ganun. So yun, amazing lang because they have this kind of understanding about the importance of community support and mental health as well.
Yeah, now I'm going to ask you about this thing that you're doing, that you are trying to reach out to many of your peers who might have difficulties and challenges. It's not just, sometimes when we talk about mental health, I have this reservation. It's not just mental health, it's also spiritual well-being that they're looking for. For example, they're looking for a certain direction or they're looking for some enlightenment of what is happening in their lives. No, when they're looking at those things, it's not just mental wellness, diba? We're talking about some spiritual wellness. So as you try to grasp and try to reach out to people who are in grave need among your community, as well as the community helping you out, find them. Alam mo, diba? The community helps you out, find the people who are in need and brings them to you. As many of you said na eto, galing sa isang kaibigan na nagsabi sa iyo, tulungan mo naman kaibigan ko, etc., etc. Now, the question is now for you, no, because you've initiated this kind of service. I have a question to ask. How do you find helping others helping you? Nag-gets niyo yun? How do you find helping other people who might have challenges helping you, knowing that you too would need to be mentally well? Diba? Sabi nga ni Marge kanina, no, talagang lahat tayo, hindi lang na ikaw, Marge, yan, ako din, diba? So we would like to care for others, but sana we also have this feeling na sana meron din mag-aalaga sa akin. Diba? You care for others, who takes care of the carers, kumbaga. How do you find helping others helping you? What does it give you? Okay, Marge.
Okay. So siguro I will answer it in a perspective na as a mental health professional and at the same time as a normal human being as well. Siguro kasi since college, our psych professors really encouraged us to na before kami provide ng help sa ibang tao, we also need to be mentally well. So that's why pag merong mga debriefing, pag may mga bagyo, may mga communities na puntahan, meron talaga mga debriefing kasi kailangan mentally well ka din when you talk to other people. Now,
Yeah, right.
sometimes sometimes it's a stigma. Yun nga, stigma kasi sometimes people would expect you to be okay, but then again, we also have certain experiences that will challenge our emotional and our um, mental well-being. So I would also relate it to myself because um, even though I am a helper, I also badly need help as well in order for me
Yeah.
to be an effective counselor, in order for me to really address the problem of a certain person. Kasi kapag clouded na ako ng mga emotional stress or thoughts, hindi ako makafocus on how I
Mm.
address or how I can fully help that student. So it's really important find to find healthy ways in order for you to release your emotions, your thoughts. So it's really okay to seek help from a therapist, even though
Yes.
you're doing therapy. So parang helping each other, para siyang hierarchy because it will really greatly affect your capability and efficiency to help others if you are not mentally well. So yun. Thank
Yes,
you.
'di ba? It's a two-way street in terms of helping. You also find you find a meaning in your helping others as well, 'di ba? So from our students, how do you find helping others helpful helpful? How do you find helping others beneficial to your life as well? Any one of you? Audrey, when
Can I may I speak?
yeah, sure.
Father? I find helping find this helpful because you as caring a person, you have already have a lot of experience of helping others. So on the what do you call this, yung mga paraan na tumutulong sila sa iyo, pwede mo rin ma-apply sa iyo.
Oo. So parang you get to learn from the things you say to them. Ganyan. Hana, ikaw, if you're going to say some words to our viewers, ganyan, why is it important for you to be able to help others? What do you get also? What do you feel about helping others?
Aside from satisfaction, Father, I feel like when I give them advice, I would also like for myself to apply that advice on my future experiences, so that in my perspective, I feel like I'm more experienced in that area for me to be prepared in the future, to be mentally prepared that I'm gonna be experiencing this in the future, not
Yes.
just them, but also me and my peers.
Yes, it is important for you to say that, I will be experiencing this also in the future. So I might as well prepare myself now also, right? So thank you, Hannah. Anyone would like to add to that?
Father, I'd like to,
Yes, Daphne.
to add. When you help someone kasi you actually gain lesson from the experience of that person.
Yeah.
Kasi you also learn, when you comfort that person, you also try to apply it to yourself if ever my experience within you. So it's like you help the person have a coping strategy, and as well as you gain a way to cope up with your problems din po. Ganun po.
Yes, because we learn from our stories, as you have said. No, you learn from the stories of the people whom you are helping, but at the same time, it's not selfish, di ba? It's a natural what occurrence that we remember the things that we say because we remember the stories of a friend of ours or someone whom we know, right? So there, no, just to wrap up some of the things that you've said, no, we already mentioned that there are certain elements that are very important in terms of our mental wellness because they are gifts from a community, from our families, from our classmates. We mentioned already support, di ba? And then we already mentioned some kind of belongingness that it is important for us. But then you are also saying that part of a community's gift is our sense of purpose and meaning in life. And the purpose and meaning in life helps us become well and well-rounded. Sino nga sabi nga ninyo, di ba? We are all social beings and relationships are very, very important. So before we wrap up, I'd ask you, di ba, tipong, what would you advise many of our viewers here about mental wellness and how they can find and be helped out by a community? You can advise them if they want to find a community that would support them, a community where they will feel that they belong to, a community that would provide purpose and meaning. How would they find community? Ano yung mga factors na important sa community life? Kung mangita ko, for example, of friends. So, ano yung mga kailangan mong sabihin sa kanya? O, hanapin mo yung mga ganito. Ganyan. Anyone would like to answer that question? Joma? Sige. Sige, Hana, game. Sige.
When you try to find friends, Father, you should feel or you should see that you have the same interest or hobbies, so that they can relate to you and in a way that they can help console you. And when you try to console someone, you should wait for them to come to you, not force them to say what they feel. You should just let them say to you willingly without force. Yes.
Yes. Hindi mo pwedeng pilitin ang feelings, di ba? And you need time to be vulnerable to them. So maganda yung sinabi ni Hana, no? How do you find a community who can support you? Sabi ni Hana, find a common interest. Di ba? That's how you find friends. How about the others? Do you agree or do you have anything to say in addition to interest?
Yes.
Anyone?
But
Okay,
I
Joma.
think the most important thing when finding a community or finding shared interest group, no, is don't be afraid. And does it mean that you're seeking belongingness or seeking help towards other community? Does it mean you're weak? No, it only means that you are brave and courageous, that you wanted to feel belong. And is that something wrong? I think hindi naman. So yun, don't be afraid talaga.
Yes, kasi syempre 'di ba, ang relationships, ito yung anxiety, meron kang takot na baka i-reject ka. 'Di ba? Pero usually hindi ka ma-reject pag ang nakita mo yung taong merong same interest as you. Makaka-relate ka kaagad at makaka-relate din siya sa'yo. So yun. So, Nax, interest talaga. Anyone would like to add to that? Natatawa ako. Audrey, nag-smile ka na, Nax. Audrey, what can you say? No? How do you find friends, in other words?
Ako po, siguro po sa group of friends ko po, actually ako po yung medyo hindi po belong, char. Medyo layo lang po. Pero po, alam ko po na they can understand me po. Na iba po yung pananaw namin sa buhay. May iba-iba po kami mga opinion sa buhay. And yun lang po yung parang isa sa mga criteria ko po kapag naghahanap ng mga kaibigan. As long po as naiintindihan niya po yung kalagayan ko na lalagay niya po yung sarili niya sa posisyon ko. Yun lang po yung importante sa akin po. Yun
So
po.
you're saying that it is important for friends that hindi naman kailangan pare-pareho kayo lahat, 'di ba? Ang
Yes
kailangan lang ay openness. Kung sabi nga ni Joma, importante to be courageous to get into a group of friends. It is also important that you also look for friends who has the same horizon as you. That they're very accepting of differences. They will be listening to you. Or as we all say that as you have said na they all value your values. Am I right, no? Di tipong value nila yung maging open. As you have said, Generation Z, they're open to differences. As I've said, they live in a kaleidoscope world. And for them, equality is one of the biggest value. So equality means you have to be your horizon is a little bit wider than the others, and that makes people that they would find a place in their world. Am I right, Audrey? So yan.
Yes po.
So belong ka pa rin, anak. Grabe, belong ka pa rin.
Joke lang
Kasi
po.
open sila.
Baka magtapos sila sa akin.
Sige, mag-shout.
Baka nanonood.
Audrey, mag-shoutout ka na sa kanila.
Oh my gosh, sorry nakagad. Huwag kayo magtampo, guys. I love you.
Sabihin mo ulit yung I love you na maaga.
Love ko kayo. Huwag kayong mag-alala.
Diba? Sa amin nila, actually, it takes courage to love people. Diba? Ayan, natawa na kayo lahat. Talaga, pag love talaga, bakit kayo senior high? Pag nag-love na gani ako sa homily na ako, everybody listens. If I talk about something else, like, bored to death. So, are there other things that you would like to add aside from two important elements when you seek friends? First, you seek because they are of the same interest as you. Second, you seek them out because you share the same values. What else? Are there other things that you want?
Ano po, Father? I would like to add po. I seek friends because I need companionship.
Yes.
Companionship to may kung yung madali ka ko kaagad malalapitan whenever may problem ako. Then whenever I am facing trials and challenges, they're always at my side.
Yes. Do you feel that really compassion, as you know, meron na tayong mga values na narinig kanina. The value of courage, the value of openness, and now you're seeing the value of compassion to seek friends, right?
Ano po? Hindi po, companionship po.
Companionship, yes. Yeah, so companionship, friendship. I seek other people to be my friends because of I need companionship to my problems, lalo na if di mo siya kaya magawa na alone or ikaw lang mag-isa. So ano talaga kailangan mo talaga ng backup kung ganun. Yes. Okay, anyone would like to add before we end? Justin, you want to say something?
Siguro ako. Ay, sige.
Okay.
Sige, Justin.
Justin. And then we ask Jannela and Hannah. So.
Okay po. For me po, sir, is it doesn't necessarily like kailangan na same care interest because through time you would learn like more about yourselves and your differences po. I think that's what makes the friendship like stronger, the community stronger po is kasi like through differences po, you'll be comfortable because you will be able to apply those differences to you and to the other people po.
Yeah, okay. So, yes, actually, it begins with sometimes common interest and then it branches out into, other interests as well. Diba? So I guess that is very important. Jannela, you want to say something before we go?
A message po, sir, for audience.
Yeah.
What I would like to say is, na never be afraid to ask for help. We all humans are not perfect. So we all need help talaga. We need one another. And also, mental health is really important. So kahit busy na tayo sa ating lives, for example, work or studies, never forget your mental health because mental health is wealth. Yun lang.
Mental health is wealth. Thank you. Hannah, anything before we go? And then your Shopee.
What am I supposed to add? When you try to find your community, sir, you should know that they accept you just of who you are, and they would not criticize you for your differences. Instead, they should be able to embrace your uniqueness because that's what is the beauty if in our generation. But we allow and welcome mistakes just as how we learn from them.
Yes. So friends, there you go. You have Audrey, Daphne, Joma, maraming salamat. Justin, Jannela, Hannah, and of course, Marge, who joined us. Maraming salamat despite her challenges. So maraming salamat. And Wen, thank you very much for sharing many of your thoughts. Maraming salamat for being part of us.
Iba talaga po, Father, basta ikaw lang talaga yung lalaki.
Iba talaga pa ikaw lang yung lalaki? Hindi naman. That's okay. Maybe this is not the last time anyway. So you'll have more of these because I think your ideas can help your peers because it's different when it's coming from another generation like my generation. But it is also different when you listen to people who are of the same age as you. Diba? So I think that is very important kasi kahit ako, I would listen to my my peers. So, diba? So again, everybody, thank you very much. So before we end, for the stars, if you like our broadcast, please support us by sending us Facebook stars. Please, now na po. For any feedback about our shows, please message us on our Facebook page or email radyo-katipunan@gmail.com. You know, my dear friends, humans crave connection and feeling accepted for who you truly are can give you validation and self-worth. Knowing that there are many people who support you and will be there for you, like a community when you're struggling, it provides a sense of safety. And knowing what you're needed, knowing that you're needed also, that you have a purpose, reminds you that you are valued. Community provides all these qualities and more. And it is important that, as you can see, young people can help each other. And therefore, if you are a school or you're an administrator, if you are a school administrator, you can always rely on your students to help themselves. And remember, just as it is important for you to find community, it is also important for us to build community, to have other people feel that they are part of their community. Why? Because it is very simple. We all need each other. So if you have topics that concerns you and you would like me to consider them here at the Hugot Hour, message me anytime on my social media accounts at JBoy Gonzales SJ on Twitter, Instagram, my YouTube channel, and of course on TikTok. Watch out for my upcoming podcast, Jescom podcast, Juice at Jos, talking about thorny topics, Jesco, while within the ambit of faith, Jos ko. Only, of course, on Spotify. So once again, thank you very much. Don't forget to register to vote hanggang October 30 na po. Please register for our future and for our children. So good night, everyone. This is Father JBoy Gonzales, your host, wishing you all a great week ahead.
The Hugot session is now closed. See you next week for another episode of the Hugot Hour with Father JBoy and friends. Subscribe to Father JBoy on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at JBoy Gonzales SJ and radyo-katipunan socials for more Hugot. This has been the Hugot Hour with Father JBoy and friends.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan, the voice of the Blue Eagle. Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.